Okay. Hello and welcome everyone to the Entrepreneurship Sports Generation, ESG for short. This is the America's Confederation Finals, and we are delighted to have you all here with us. Thank you for your time. We have a really exciting leg of the tournament planned for today, and we'll start by telling you what ESG is. Yes. So, over the next decade, we need to create over 1 billion jobs and ensure we have a better planet for the future generations, as highlighted by the 17 UN SDGs. We believe that entrepreneurial initiatives are the solution to these pressing issues. The ESG community, which is all of us included, will help the entrepreneurs grow and become global enterprises, creating the better future we all aspire for. ESG is a flagship initiative of the Global Education and Leadership Foundation, TGELF. At TGELF, we have been working over the past 2 decades to groom ethical and altruistic leaders globally. Through our entrepreneurship initiatives, in the past 5 years, we have impacted more than half a million startups globally. For us at TGELF, supporting entrepreneurship and innovation has always been one of our core areas of operation. We have raised and made available 7.5 billion USD to startups and organizations that support startups through our initiatives. For the ESG, we have put together a rewards basket for all the participants globally. Similar to international sporting leagues, the ESG 2020 tournament has 4 tiers that include city, national, confederation, and global finals. We express our gratitude to all our partners who have joined hands with us. We commit to collectively support all enterprises who have become part of the ESG movement in achieving global reach and scale. So let's begin the movement to make entrepreneurship the new heartbeat of the world. And as we say, to build back better. Let's move on with the judges. We are pleased to have 3 jury members who are experts in their field, and it is my absolute pleasure to go ahead and introduce them. So first, we have Mr. Andrew Mckee. Mr. Mckee has spent the last 30 years as a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, investment banker, and private equity fund general partner. From 2003 to 2015, he was the co-founder and general partner of Webster Equity Partners, a private equity firm that focuses on investment in branded consumers, and healthcare services companies. Webster Capital is currently investing its 5th fund and has raised over 2 billion of private capital. Since retiring from Webster in 2015, he has been managing member of Mercurium Capital, which invests in transformative technologies impacting green energy, healthcare diagnostics, plastics, and music entertainment. Thank you very much for your time, sir. Next, we have Julia Burble, advisor at the Secretary of Economic Development, State Government of Sao Paulo. Julia Burble is a joint degree candidate for the MBA at the Wharton Business School and the MA in International Studies at the Lauder Institute, focused on Latin America. Prior to this graduate program, Julia acted as advisor to the Secretary of Economic Development of the state of Sao Paulo, focusing on post-COVID economic recovery and growth. She has also worked as a consultant at McKinsey & Co., focusing on strategy projects for a wide range of industries across Brazil. We welcome you, Julia. Moving forward, we have Cooper, Chief Financial Officer and Director, African Gold Acquisition Corp. Cooper Morgenthau has devoted his career to providing strategic advice and capital market execution to entrepreneurial management teams and their financial sponsors, with a focus on ESG and energy transition. Cooper is currently CFO and Director of African Gold Acquisition Corporation, a 400 million New York Stock Exchange listed special purpose acquisition country. Most recently, he served as SVP FP&A at Clarivet Analytics, where he also served on the executive leadership team and oversaw the company's strategic transformation program in 2019. From 2013 to 19, Mr. Morgenthau was at M. Klein and Company, a leading financial and strategic advisory firm. Mr. Morgenthau played a central role in the formation and IPO of M. Klein Churchill Capital SPAC. We welcome all our jury members. We are glad to have you. And now, before we proceed to our pitches, I would quickly remind everyone about our rules today. As informed in the startup jury round, we will have 3 minutes to pitch and 4 minutes for the Q&A session with the jury. You will be controlling your presentation yourself for your convenience. Just in case you are not able to do so, we would request you to kindly inform us so that our colleague can share the presentation for you. Please keep yourself on mute when not speaking and keep your video on when presenting to ensure an interactive experience. And now, without further ado, let us proceed to the pitches for today. So first, we have Moving Worlds. Would request Moving Worlds to please share their screen. All the best.
All right. Thank you, everyone. My name is Mark Orshevsky, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Moving Worlds. We partner with corporations to help them achieve their environmental, social, and governance, also ESG, by educating, connecting, and engaging employees. I think, this year we've seen a massive amount of talk around ESG, not just from an impact investment management side, but increasingly from corporations. Coming out of COP26 last week, we've seen a massive increase in corporations making commitments to become not only carbon neutral, but also to achieve other social and governance factors, whether that's fair pay across their staff, or whether that's green and regenerative supply chains. According to Paul Pullman, the former CEO of Unilever, achieving this level of sustainability will actually yield an economic gain of $26 trillion to the economy every year. So as a result, we're seeing corporations make massive investments into this, but a severe lack of understanding. I think recently we've seen KPMG and PwC make commitments of over $1 billion each to upskill staff and help create partnerships for this very purpose. So Moving Worlds operates as this hub where we have learning, networking, and capacity building, where corporations can connect with these types of social businesses that can help them achieve their ESG targets. The actual social businesses themselves can access training, connections, and resources so that they can grow and actually effectively partner with the corporate sector. And professionals can engage on the community where they can learn new skills, actually volunteer and spend time directly with these social businesses, but also receive training and certifications so they come back in their own organization to develop more sustainable business models. Moving Worlds is a team of 10 operating across 3 different continents. We're already in the black and scaling on revenue. We supported initiatives and connections across over 100 countries, and our current customer base includes Microsoft, SAP, PayPal, and more. I think from a revenue perspective, to provide a little bit more clarity, corporations for a variety of different purposes invest into a partnership with us so that their employees can access education, the employees can volunteer with industry-aligned social businesses, and then they can actually find partners that can come and be embedded within their very own value chains. Here a testimonial from SAP, one of our partners, who has made a commitment of procurement with purpose initiative to spend 5% directly with social enterprises and another 5% with social businesses. Currently, I am based in Seattle, but actually on a trip to London where we're finalizing the details with a few other major corporations to work on a new platform that for us will help us further scale both our revenues, but I think most importantly along this journey, create an even bigger impact in helping companies achieve sustainable supply chains and empowering entrepreneurs around the world.
All right. I think your time is up, Mark. Let's proceed to the Q&A round with the jury members.
Perfect.
Yes, so we can start with the jury
Mark?
Q&A.
Great short presentation. Just want to know more because it sounded great on overview, but what exactly do your clients, how do they interact with you? Is it through a web portal? Is it live? Is it Zoom? How do you engage with your audiences?
Yep. So from the corporate side, right, we're typically dealing with a couple people, maybe usually just one primary point of contact at a corporation, who then makes the programming that they do in partnership with us available to a larger employee base. Those employees then interact with us through our web platform. They sign in, they register, they create a profile, and then there's three main workflows that take place. One, they get access to a learning hub where they can take accreditation-bearing courses. They get access to a community hub where they can interact with peers and social enterprises, as well as be invited to virtual events. And then the last hub they connect into is the support request hub, where they actually find projects that have been posted by social businesses around the world where they can volunteer their skills. All of those have their own unique kind of workflows and nurture paths based on the engagement from each of the individuals. On the flip side of that, then there's a kind of similar onboarding experiences for all the social businesses themselves as well.
I can follow up on that. Thank you for
Yes.
the presentation. Very interesting. I'm curious on what kind of evidence we see that kind of proves the need that these companies have to sort of have your assistance in finding those partners. So I think there's no question that companies are becoming more aware of ESG, but why do you think that they couldn't find partners by themselves, or that the information is not easily available on the market? Why do they need you as a platform for that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think there's three main problems that we see, right? One is, and I'll start with the buyers within corporations who are maybe trying to work on some initiatives. So an example with Microsoft, big investment in accessibility. 5 years ago, accessibility technology was a lot less popular. And so as employees were internally advocating for more accessibility software tools and partnerships, you have this wide base of employees spread across the company that are trying to do that. And so while Microsoft might have a couple centralized connections to it, that information is very fragmented within an organization. So I think that's one. The individual employees are often the ones that are making these purchase decisions, and they don't have those connections. I think similarly on the social business side of things, if you're trying to approach a corporation, it's very, very confusing landscape. Some companies have centralized procurement, some have very fragmented procurement. Increasingly, there is a talk about creating social procurement officers, SAP being one of the entities that's leading those exchanges. And so social businesses themselves are often going after oftentimes very much the wrong leads, right? So I think we're helping them directly connect to those. And then from the programmatic side, right? So let's say you do have a program officer at Microsoft who's saying, hey, we really want to support social businesses. Social businesses then have to apply on that platform, and they have to go apply on Atlassian's, Anywise, and Google's. And currently, a lot of these companies all have those own work streams, and it's exhausting for the social enterprises. It sucks to have to go apply to a bunch of different companies. In fact, a couple of our partnerships right now don't even have a formal employee engagement side of it. We're just helping with that deal flow because that need is so big.
All right.
All right.
How are we doing on time?
No, it's okay. You can go ahead quickly.
Okay. So I just wanted to further clarify. Great presentation. Thank you. So first of all, on the revenue model, how is contract structured with one of your clients? And do you have visibility on future revenue? And then I guess the second part of that is, what do the numbers look like? How have you grown? And what are you expecting?
Yeah.
Mark, we would request you to reply to this question really quickly because the time is up. So maybe in one sentence, max.
Sure. 100% retention of corporate clients with an average bill size just over 6 figures. doubled since COVID.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your presentation. Now we would request, if you could stop sharing your screen, Ma. Yes, we would expect, we would request Prima to come on the floor and share their screen and begin their pitch.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, your time starts now.
Thank you. Our story in Primar begins with aquaculture farmers like Sergio, a tilapia farmer in the south of Mexico who suffered a 50% production loss due to variations in the oxygen levels in the water. The worst thing about this situation is that he didn't even notice these water quality variations until he saw the floating tilapia already suffocated. Situations like this one happen in Mexico and all around the world, generating annual production losses in aquaculture of $6 billion. And also affecting SDG number 2, zero hunger, among other SDGs. This is why we created Providen, to prevent these diseases and optimize aquaculture production by monitoring water quality in real time. Providen consists of a device which moves autonomously throughout the water while it performs measurements of pH, temperature, oxygen, among other parameters. The aquaculture farmer can see this information remotely and at all times through our mobile application and our web platform, receiving a 24/7 protection. We offer all of this throughout a monthly subscription of $300 per device on average to the farmer. Our innovation consists in the combination of the 24/7 monitoring of our device with its ability to perform measurements in different locations of the same body of water and even at different depths. This allows it to detect immediately any risk for the organisms. And we complement this with our predictive models, which give the farmer valuable information for the next months of production. We're currently focused on the over 9,000 fish farms in Mexico, and we're just tapping into a $5 billion market by later expanding to aquaculture farms in all of Latin America and other regions, scaling to other water industries that require this type of monitoring. And also in the medium term, we plan to offer the collected big data to organizations, research centers, and businesses that can use it to improve their processes. We already have 6 clients in different states of Mexico, being Mr. Sergio the first one to trust us to protect his farm. And we're doing this with proprietary technology, thanks to our utility model, which was awarded by the Mexican Institute of Industrial Property last year. We're having international media presence and in events such as in Chile, in Brazil, and in Saudi Arabia. And by doing this, we've obtained national, international awards and acknowledgements, and of course, alliances with key actors in the ecosystem. We have great plans for Providen, from consolidating in Mexico, expanding in Latin America and other regions, and then also expanding to other water industries with the help of distributors. We have a great team with over 80 years of combined experience in marine biology, software and hardware development, marketing, and finance. And our objective is to have more protected farmers like Mr. Sergio, firstly in Latin America and soon in the whole world. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You are right in time. We can proceed to the Q&A round. Thank you so much. Would request the judges to begin with the questioning.
Okay, I can lead off. So that's great. It's a great idea. So can you give us a very specific example of a scenario? Tell us a story briefly where somebody had a problem and how the product allows. I understand the monitoring aspect, but how do you implement a fix for the imbalance of the water or whatever's causing the mortality in the fish?
Sure. So our first client, which was Mr. Sergio, he has a tilapia production in ponds, and so he didn't know why the tilapia were suffocated, because that was happening at night, and at night there wasn't many people in the farm so that they could see what was happening. So what we did when we started monitoring with our system, we saw that in the night the oxygen levels dropped really low, but before that, in the afternoon and the evening, the oxygen levels were very high. So this change was suffocating the tilapia because it was a very drastic change. And what we did that when we detected that was that we automated the infrastructure at his farm. There are these things called blowers, which provide oxygen to the water so that when it is very low, the oxygen can get a little bit higher. So we added that at night so that this drastic change would not happen so drastically. And so the tilapia would not suffer any diseases or any deaths.
So is there any, just one quick follow-up, is there any interface between your tech and kind of the Internet of Aqua things for a fish tank where you can automate that process?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, to also connect our system with the infrastructure at the farm so that the whole production can be automated.
Very good, thanks.
Thank you.
Alejandro, can you just say a little more about your revenue model and what you expect to generate this year and maybe next?
Sure. So we are transitioning now into a subscription model. We used to sell the device and provide a monthly ask for a monthly subscription to only the software. Right now we have a $300 monthly subscription for each device that we install on a farm. And we expect to close this year with $100,000 in revenue. And next year we expect to close with $600,000 by growing into more and more aquaculture farms here in Mexico and Latin America.
Just a quick follow-up on this exact subject. So how many of your device does an average farm requires?
Yeah, so it does depend on the size of the farm. Right now, on average, it will be around 40 or 50 devices per farm. And we are also growing into smaller farms with the use of distributors. So they are a lot of farms, but they use around 5 to 10 devices only.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Are there any more questions? We can take one really quick one if the jury members wish to.
Do you have any patent or other intellectual property that protects you from copying your tech?
Yeah, so we do have a granted utility model, which involves the hardware that we use and also the software. So combined.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that earlier. Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. I think, thank you so much, Alejandro, for your wonderful pitch and for the jury members for their questions. We can move to our next startup, which is Elevated Health, which is Seedlexar, sorry.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. You can go ahead. Your time starts now.
Amazing. Hey, thank you all for the opportunity here. I'm Edgar, I'm founder and CEO of Deluxe Technologies. I'm here to talk about our easy and smart inventory management system. But first of all, what is Deluxe? In Deluxe, we seek to automate the inventory management for SME retailers. And why are we doing this? Well, after performing a market research in Mexico City, we found that most retailers find these problems. They have inventory mass and loss of information. They have poor decision making due to lack of analytics. They have a hard time adapting to the digital environment because current development options are quite designed for them. But besides that, they also have a time-consuming process for ordering supplies, and their supply chain becomes a little bit more inefficient. Now, the solution was to build an easy and smart inventory management system, which we call SASE, and implements a user-friendly interface, which is simplified in its use, advanced analytics powered by AI, multi-platform, so you can access your smartphone, your tablet, your PC, and it's for retailers with sales both online and offline because of the e-commerce boom. Almost every retailer has an online business and also their brick and mortar business. Our value proposition goes beyond that. We focus on connecting suppliers, retailers, and consumers, giving them benefits through all of these agents in each stage. The retailer gets more order in their inventories, less uncertainty when facing the market, more automation of their processes, access to credit, and a supplier network where the supplier gets a new sales channel, they speed up the sale process, a new collection method, and new means of allocating credit to the retailers. And the consumer gets a new payment method as a new way to sell for other types of services. Everything through the connection of APIs between our software and their systems. Now, The industry we're focusing is convenience stores, boutiques, pharma, and restaurants. We already have 40 pre-registered users that are from these segments in particular. And the market size, well, it's quite interesting. It has an average annual growth rate of 6.7%, which makes it quite stable. And the business model we're going to seek for getting to these retailers is the B2B SaaS. We basically charge a monthly fee to our subscribers to getting access to SaaS. Now, the traction, we began the market research back in 2018. 2019, we built an MVP, entered the Seed Stars Bowl competition, got to second phase. We also were selected for the finals in the international startup elite competition, being in the 100 best startup worldwide. And also in the startup Istanbul, we got a one place in the 100 startup Istanbul in Istanbul, of course. And well, right now we're trying to raise funds. We have already been accepted by CSI Tankerberg to take these to start to the next stage. And the SDGs we're targeting here is a decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, and responsible consumption and production. Since we're going to be dealing with data from both suppliers and retailers, we're going to be able to track information about the footprint of both retailers and their consumption and suppliers and their production. Now, the team that's going to make this possible composed of 2 members on the tech side and 2 members on the business side. We've got myself and with background in economics, Mario Chavez, our CSO, an MBA with more than 20 years of experience leading different startups. In the tech side, we've got Hugo Lopez, our CTO, telecom engineer, and MBA also, and our main developer is Diego Servín, a computer system engineer. These are our main supporters so far: Virtual Internship, the Nasdaq Entrepreneurial Center, Prepcom, and Start Any are some of the main supporters of this project. And well, we're at Deluxe Technologies. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thanks.
All right, great. Okay, we can proceed to the question and answer round. Would request the jury to start the round of their questioning. Who would like to go first?
I can go. So
Yes.
excellent presentation. I guess you have presented it before. Got a lot in there. So very good. There's a lot to digest there. So first of all, can you talk about the role of AI in your product and how machine learning is, what value does that add, and how is that used by the customer?
Yeah, sure. First of all, these retailers, whenever they are trying, they have to ask for their suppliers. They have to make the request. They take the decision in gut feeling. They don't have any data-driven decisions. They really are based on their experience and more or less what their gut feeling is. The problem with this is that they don't ask for enough. Either they ask for not enough supplies, or they ask for too much, and either they get lack of product and they have to lose. They begin to lose clients against bigger competitors that are, well, they are international. Like here in Mexico, it's OXXO, and many retails and convenience stores are disappearing because of it, because they don't have like the supply chain that they manage. And this is because they cannot manage the second amount of product they're going to be selling every single month. Besides that, if they ask for too much, and that happens also too much, they have a lot of waste. So they have a lot of costs, and of course, it contaminates a lot. So AI here is helping them not only to automate the process of making the projections of, okay, you know what, I'm gonna need this amount of products for this month because the projections tell me this, and the demand has been the behavior of demand has been like this. But they also try to we also give them like insights about how their market has been moving, what are their available opportunities hidden beneath their data, that we can spot through AI, and we can give them in a quick report.
Good. All right. Good. I have one more follow-up, if that's all right, guys. So can you give me an example of how your business is acting to support the one or more of the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN?
Sure, of course. Well, first of all, we're tracking both consumption from retailers and supply from the production from the suppliers. So we're being able to track down how if we're having a lot of waste with retailers, if the suppliers are selling older products, if they're having waste on both sides, either the retailers or the suppliers. And we're also trying here to make these small businesses to have a longer lifetime. As I mentioned before, big competitors such as OXXO right now are a problem for these SMEs because they're disappearing. They're usually a family business unit, small business units of subsistence. They're not of growth, and they're disappearing because of these big competitors. And most of that is tracked down to the supply chain of these big retailers that cannot be compared with the small retailers. So we're trying to prolong the lifetime of these businesses with these tools that are going to be helping them to face the market.
Great. Pass it. Thank you.
My question is on how complex is the implementation of your product to the retailers. I know products like this oftentimes, especially if you're offering them to smaller retailers, they think it sounds incredible, but they turn the opportunity down just because it disrupts their operation too much to implement something like that. So how does that work?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, they don't like to use a lot of specialized software because it's too complex for them and it's costly. So we go for a path which was way too simple for them to manage. It was made through several market tests with these retailers, and it's basically they access our website. They either download the desktop version or they can even use it on our website. And it's a simple step. They just have two main screens, which is user and admin. In admin, they know they just gotta register all the data concerning what their products currently are. And on the user side, they only have to register the exit, the output of products. So one side is for input, the other side is for output. And that's basically the way that they just register inputs and outputs. The system does the rest. Like every projection, every estimation, every report is done automatically and is reported to them through a small bottom that says statistics. And they have all the information there, of course, besides our support.
All right. Thank you so much, Edgar, and thank you for the questions. Jury members, let's move to the next entrepreneur. Thank you so much for your presentation. Would request my colleague to share the presentation for elevated healthcare systems, and then they can begin the pitch once everything is in order. All right.
Good afternoon.
One second.
I'm
One
sorry.
second.
Go ahead.
1 second. Could you please turn it into a presentation? Yes, sir. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the ESP Deluxe UVC Light Infection Control System. Our goal is prevention and containment of the spread of infectious diseases such as COVID-19. The ESP Deluxe uses patented technology, is fully automated. Can we go to the next slide? I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay. ESP Deluxe uses patented technology, is fully automated, and employs UVC light to eliminate pathogens in enclosed spaces. It can be used as a single standalone unit or networked into hundreds of units in a large facility. In air disinfection mode, the shutter is closed and air is circulated over the unit, eradicating 99.9% of pathogens in the room. In surface disinfection mode, the shutter is open and the room is bathed in UVC light, disinfecting both surfaces and the air. The process takes less than 30 minutes. The ESP Deluxe can be mounted on the wall or the ceiling and is compact and highly portable. It can be employed in large hospitals, schools, office buildings, and it can also be transported to field hospitals and set up in minutes. Our team comprises 4 highly skilled and trained members, featuring decades of accomplishment in the fields of physics, medicine, business development, and management. We are also the sole owners and investors in the company, and we share the motivation of fighting humanity's age-old battle with infectious diseases. Prevention and containment is our goal. Our original prototype was built with NASA-affiliated engineers and successfully tested at the Via Christi Regional Hospital in Wichita, Kansas. In those tests, we achieved in excess of a 99.994 kill rate of Listeria and other pathogens. EHS has been awarded 5 US patents, 4 trademarks, and has a patent pending in 4 countries, in 39 international countries, I'm sorry. We've successfully licensed our intellectual property into the elevator market, and high-rises all across the country are being outfitted with our infection control system. The ESP Deluxe is the only fully automated UVC product on the market and is superior to others because it provides both air and surface disinfection. Other products cost over $100,000 and require a full-time technician. Our product has been extensively tested and passed safety testing at a UL level facility, and the company and its products are geared towards providing health and well-being to all ages everywhere. While this is in line with SDG 3, we can also impact SDGs number 6 and 12 by purifying water and sanitizing food processing facilities. With funding of $1 billion, we can quickly scale production to 1,000 units per month. And with 5 million, we can quickly develop lower cost consumer-oriented models and be ready to ship by September 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your pitch. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I invite the jury members to proceed with the Q&A round.
So Ash, very nice presentation. Can you just say a little more about the competition that you may see in the space, and you're selling into elevators, which is interesting. Do you see the hospital market being a bigger market, or these sort of non-obvious markets, such as elevators, to be your differentiator?
Okay, so our patents exclusively cover enclosed spaces, and elevators are an obvious area of infection, of spreading infection. To the question of competition, there are handheld models being sold all over the internet for as low as $25 that claim to do disinfection of hotel rooms and cars and whatnot, but there's no guarantee of what nanometer wavelength they're using, whether it's actually UVC light that's safe for humans, which is under debate anyway. But the market is so vast. We've been in discussions with veterinary hospitals for animals. We've been in discussions with hospitals, with ambulances, with office buildings, with schools, municipal offices. The world is basically open to us. We've pitched to the Air Force and Navy just last month, and we have a potential presentation coming up with NASA next month in South Carolina. So the market is vast. The question is providing people with proof that your product, your nanometer wavelength that you're using actually does destroy pathogens, and it's safe for human exposure. No UVC light in UVC in the C wavelength is safe for human exposure. So our sophisticated product has 5 sensors to prevent human exposure. That's where we differentiate from anybody else.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. So great presentation, thank you. It's a great product. So question is, so you mentioned $100,000 for a comparable product. What's the price point on yours? And is there any stickiness in the revenue? Just, do you have to have somebody install it and maintain it, or what's the revenue model?
Okay, so our product, the Series 300, which is the highly network capable product, is $9,900. And with funding, we could develop consumer-oriented products as low as $2,500. So the installation is very simple. You have a wall-mounted bracket or ceiling-mounted bracket, which just needs to be screwed in, and it clicks right in place, and you plug it into the wall. And then you have a laptop or a keypad that automatically connects through Zigbee or Bluetooth, and you can control the unit from wherever you are within a facility.
Is there any data? Is there any data element to the business? Do these units collect data? You would think that you could aggregate data and use it, yes, and that could be the most valuable piece.
Yes, we actually just received our first revenue check from the royalties for elevator installation. So today's a great day for that. With regard to monitoring, logging, yes, we have memory, and we can log actually when the units are operating. We do have light bulbs that have a life cycle of about 8,000 hours, and we offer a replacement program, a very modest amount per year, and we will automatically check when your light bulbs are ready to be replaced and ship them to you. So we do have a revenue model based on the actual information that we get from the machines.
Does it have to be your light bulb, or can it be is it a generic?
You can use any marketable light bulb that fits the actual brackets. And Philips, I think, makes one, but we actually have a custom-made light bulb that will be imprinted with our name and our phone number and our website. Just an additional revenue model and convenience to the client.
Last one really quick, sorry to hog this one. Can can the building that you install this in the elevator, can they make any health claims as a result of installation? Can they say we have this?
Oh, absolutely. We provide a sticker, kind of like this premises are monitored by ADT security. So we will actually have a sticker that can be, put on the front entrance and throughout the different areas of the facility saying protected by ESP Deluxe Elevated Health Systems, LLC.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you, jury members. Thank you so much for your pitch. Now, up next, we have Bestimony. Would request them to begin sharing their screen. Thank you so much, Ajay Dugal.
Thank
For
you.
your pitch. Bestimony, when you're ready, please let us know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, your time starts now then.
Good afternoon. My name is Anoite, and I'm here to talk to you about Bestimony, the most positive social media platform we never knew we needed. Now, wouldn't it be just great if we had a platform dedicated for only positive interactions between people? Like, seriously, try finding all those messages that made you smile on these platforms. It's not so easy, right? Well, Bestimony is a solution to this problem by fostering positive interactions between users using bestimonials and GIFs. Now, the messages on this platform are called bestimonials, and this is how you send them. You search for your recipient, you state how you're connected, you write your message, and finally, select your visibility and send. Now, artificial intelligence is used to foster a better interaction and experience on the platform, as you can see here from the notification colors. Now, one distinctively unique feature on Bestimony is a word cloud, which is based on the top 24 occurring positive attributes in users' bestimonials, created by the AI engine. Now, the GIF market, when built out, will be a unique NFT marketplace where users can gain access to talented artists and professionals to create and send GIFs to others on the platforms in 3 categories. That's musical, visual art, and written GIFs. Now, AI will be used to make GIF suggestions about what your friends might like, as seen here. Bestimony stands out as a social media platform, a GIF market, and as a freelance service marketplace by keeping the user experience easily customizable, positive, and personal. Oh, and by the way, there are no external ads on Bestimony. The revenue model has 4 categories, with the largest being the transaction fees from each purchase, with tiered level subscriptions. Artists will access our intelligent marketing tools to widen their reach to users. And this is a model here in action, showing a scenario where we can generate at least $1.4 million in a month by tapping into these industries. Now, Bestimony word, logo, and the tagline have been trademarked in the UK as well as the EU. And we have users signed up from over 15 countries so far. Bestimony will open up several opportunities for all, inclusive of dating, jobs, and crowdsourced funding campaigns, as we've also launched a beautiful merch store. Now, I hope to be able to build out a global team that will execute on this entire idea, contributing to the change that the world desperately needs. That is a platform that enhances our mental health, helping people with low self-esteem, and persons who feel social media should be generally more positive. Well, supported by my very small but crushed national amazing team for now. All I'm really trying to do is trying to give us more reasons to express more positive sentiments to each other while we're still alive, and not wait until people pass and then blow up their timelines with all you should have expressed while they were still alive. So I'm saying, use Bestimony so when you feel low, you know where to go. And especially when they feel low, they know where to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your beautiful pitch. That's great. Could we please have the jury to begin with the question and answer round?
So Anuit, how do you expect to get the word out about Bestimony? Just curious.
Well, it started already. We've had this open since last June, and what has happened are people who resonate with these type of sentiments have been excited about it. but clearly we haven't had like Elon Musk say use best money, like he did with Signal. But so far I've been targeting people who resonate with these types of sentiments, and people who are frustrated with social media, and people who feel like, you know, the world and social media should be generally more positive. So that has been my organic growth strategy so far.
Could you please share a bit more details on the revenue model for the business?
Yes, the revenue model. So Best Money has launched right now, which is the free stuff, like you just send your messages. But this is supposed to be the most positive social media platform for us. And so the gifts are where we will be making our money. And it will be by virtue of persons being able to pay for customized gifts. So if you want to say I love you to your partner, you can come on Best Money and connect with, you want to say it in a song, connect with an artist who can take that contextual information that you provide to them, and like the name of your partner, what car they drive, what they like to eat, and create a customized song for them. And that's a deliverable. Clearly, there will be a transaction fee that we will take from that, in addition to subscription fees that artists will pay to access the AI that gives them a lot more granular access to market their talents to whoever they want to market to. So.
All right, great. Do we have any more questions? We have 2 minutes left.
Did you develop this site yourself, or did you have the technical partner?
So I wrote everything in terms of from the ground up. I built the framework. I documented how I wanted it to look and feel, and all of that. So everything you see is me, but I had to pay a development team in Moldova to do this for me. It's zero code. So that has been done, and they've been pretty good so far.
Is there an NFT element to this business? I don't
yes,
know.
Yes, there is. So the marketplace will be essentially an NFT marketplace, although it will be a component of that, where you will be able to pay to enhance the value of your gift to your recipient by making it into an NFT. Yes, so that's part of that. So it's all about value.
And are you allowing people to pay? Have you figured out regulatory wise how people can pay using tokens or crypto? So
that's why I'm competing, because I haven't reached that deep yet. All I know is that I would really want to build out this gift market. I think the opportunity is right. When I say that it's a cross between a freelance marketplace and, for instance, the gift card market is about a $7 to $8 billion industry. What I'm building is like gift cards, but on steroids. It's like an enhanced gift card for people to say things that they don't know how to say without paying for someone to do it. So.
Very good. Seems like a big opportunity, potentially interfacing with Meta as well.
Right. So I can't wait for this to take off. I'm hoping for, if this doesn't work, I'm hoping that something lands somewhere, because this has to happen. And to be honest, I've seen people on social media saying stuff like, oh, you should save things that people send to you that make you feel good. Save them in a screenshot, and so you can go back and feel good about them. And see many people respond, say, yes, I have a little hero folder.
Thank you. Thank you. NOD, it's the last question. Thank you for your response. Your time is up.
Okay.
Good luck, man. Good luck.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yep.
Let's move to our next startup, Samaria. If you could please share your screen. Let me know when you're ready, so then your time can begin.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. All right, your time starts now, Javier.
Okay, so we are Sumeria, the human side of debt collection. That is a growing pandemic. Latin America is the most indebted region in the developing world. with the debt levels reaching 79.3% of gross domestic product or GDP, and more than 50% of Latin Americans are in debt, averaging more than 3 times their monthly salary. So that's why we made some studies and some research, and the research shows that people in debt are 3 times more likely to have a mental health problem than those who are not in debt. What we do is we help companies bring a radically new human approach to increase recovery rates from customers struggling with debt. What we do, or what we have, is the first emotional analytics platform, and we used a proprietary emotional scoring algorithm to understand the mental state of our customers to deliver empathic strategies that meet their needs. With this, we can improve recovery rates and have a better customer experience, analyze the health status of our clients to nurture the know your customer, and positively impact customers' lifetime value and brand image perception. The secret sauce, the way we do it, we integrate to different data sources from clients. Then we generate an emotional profile from the whole portfolio and also from each client. And then we group them into clusters according to the user behavior. Then we suggest personalized treatments for each customer. For example, who is going to contact the person, or what they're going to say, like the script. And the third thing we do is the time, okay? This is our portfolio growth from 2017 when we started. And these are some of the recognitions we have earned through the last years. We are currently into the Startup Chile Growth Program. And last but not least, I would like to talk about the team. We are a multidisciplinary and multicultural team from different countries, but what's most appealing from our team is that we have engineers, anthropologists, psychologists, and data scientists. We have over 7 years in the debt collection industry, and we want to change the lives of millions of people by addressing the clients correctly.
All right, thank you so much. You're well within the time. Thank you for the great pitch. We would request the jury members to begin and proceed with the question and answers.
Great presentation, really interesting product, thank you. What is the data privacy situation for this product?
We work with DNAs with every client. We have 9 pilots running, and what we do before we start any pilot or starting working together, we sign that all the data must kept private as a private, and we're not sharing anything or using anything that the customer didn't allow us to use in the first place. So every data source we use, it's supposed to be allowed to use by us and process it to get this emotional scoring indicator.
And how, just to follow up, how do you translate the information you get from these platforms to an emotional status? Like, what's the intelligence behind that?
Yeah, well, we have different data sources. One of them is the voice, and depending on the frequency of the voice, we can detect different variables. We have 14 variables that we can analyze, and depending how passionate, focused, or emotional or stressed someone is, we get it from the frequency of the voice, but we also can get it from the traditional indicators such as payment history and social demographics indicators. Then that's when our AI intelligence comes in and makes all these variables, and then we get the last result from the client, and we have we can frame someone with a mental status inside the emotional scoring.
Javier, how do you, can you describe the business model a little bit more? Like who are paying, who's paying you for the service?
Sure. Well, we are a SaaS, but we call it a scoring as a service. And our preferred customer or our target customer are the bankings institutions, financial institutions, but we can work with every company that is dealing with a big portfolio of people that have felt in delinquency or have debts. And what our business model is that you can scan someone before you contact that person. So it's not intended to do only one scan. On the other hand, you can do more than one scan before you contact that person to know what's the best way to address it or to contact. We charge $0.1 per scan or per consultation. And then if you count how many banks and how many financial institutions, hospitals, retails, and services like electricity and water, then or even telecommunication companies, then you have a big market.
All right. Do we have any other question? We can squeeze in a very, very quick, short one.
That's it for me. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, then we can move. Thank you so much, Javier, for your pitch, and we can move to our last but not the least, our last entrepreneur pitching, Plaspa. If we could have you share your screen.
Hello.
Once you're ready, let me know, and then we shall begin your pitching time. Perfect. You need to switch to, yes. All right, your time starts now.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Davi. I'm from Brazil and work with a circular economy. I've been running a family plastic business for more than 20 years. During these years, the idea of close the loop on plastics always followed me. So have the biggest environmental challenge of the century is the incorrect disposal of plastic waste. So our solution is to create stations for collection, valuation, recycling, and transformation of post-consumer plastic packing into circular products. So the opportunities for companies is to generate positive impact, generate leads, increase the level of consumer confidence, do reverse logistics, comply with waste measurement policies. For consumers, they can generate positive impact, monetize post-consumer packing, and get products and benefits at no cost. For the third sector, they can generate positive impact, environmental education, and cost reduction with waste collection and disposal systems. So we have this, we provide structures and stores to, so I'm not so good at, so just a minute. I haven't spoken English for the last 4 years, so I'm a bit confusing here. So what we're doing, we provide structures in stores network stations for collecting and converting the waste and circular products. So that's the size of the market. There are thousands of brands that use plastic packaging in their products. The great majority of them don't have a reverse logistics and circular economy projects. So 2.8 billions is the value that Brazil loses with the lack of proper recycling. 500 millions is the gross revenue in 2029 of recycling industry, generated more than 2,800 jobs. So that's our competitors that you have. So we are already operating. We have one station in operating. So in our first 90 days, we have 950 users registered. We collected more than 3 tons of recyclables and got more than $2,000 of revenue. For 2022, we want to open 30 new stations, get 90,000 users registered.
Thank you, DV. Your time is up, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, your time is up. You can mention the rest of the facts in the Q&A session while you interact with the jury members. Would request the jury members to begin the question and answer round. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation. Really important issue, of course. I'm curious on how open will businesses and even the population be to kind of have this habit of bringing the plastic or getting the finished products afterwards? Do you think they will easily incorporate this into their culture, into their habit, or will that be a struggle?
Yes, we got one MVP. So it's our first 3 months already. So in these 3 months, we got over 3 tons of materials. So the thing is, I'm into in the industry of the plastics. So we can do all the process of recycling and transformation. So the proportions of the exchange is very good. So with a small amount of recyclables materials, you can already exchange for a final product. So the exchange rate is good. And now we are starting to operate with vouchers as well. So the people can exchange the trash to vouchers and buy something in the supermarket. There we are located already in a supermarket as well. So all these things help to get engagement.
All right, do we have any other questions?
Sure. For me, I was just trying to better understand the. Could you just walk me through an example of how somebody uses the kiosk or facility? They bring their plastic. How does that work?
They bring the plastic trash, and we have an online platform to convert it into points. And with the points, the people can exchange for the products or for vouchers. So we have an online platform to assist all the operation.
Okay, very good. And so on this slide that we're looking at here, this is what you currently have today. One station, 90 days, or is that an example?
Sorry, can you say again, please?
Where it says indicators here on this slide that's showing.
Yes.
That's the stats for one station, or?
One station, yeah. We already have one MVP, and that's one station.
How many stations do you have?
We have only one already, only one.
Got it. Understood.
What does it cost to build a station?
About 30,000 reais, which is $6,000.
And it generated $2,000 in 90 days?
About $2,000.
Yeah, that's good. Are you raising money to grow your business?
Yes, we already at one accelerator in Brazil called Inovativa. So we starting with the Series A for investments. Series A. We've got all the molds to do the products, all the machines. I've been running this family plastic business for more than 20 years, so we got all the stuff to make these things happen.
All right. Do we have any other question? We can take one really quick one. Okay, the question, I think the time is up. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Plasbob, for your pitch and for the jury and the jury members for their questions. This was the last pitch for the event, and the jury will now proceed to another breakout room that we shall open for a quick deliberation session. You would be receiving an invite to join the deliberation room where our colleagues will come and accompany you. In the meantime, the startups, we request you to wait here with us and bear with us till the time the results are out. And we are going to be showing you a couple of presentations to get a better flavor of ESG. And we would also be showing you a presentation on World's To-Do List. We are global accelerators for the initiative. It's a UN-driven initiative. So yes, let's begin with the presentations while the jury members deliberate. I would also, I would also request all the entrepreneurs, just hold on a second. I would request all the entrepreneurs to please share your social media handles if you are active on any of the platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook, so that we can keep in touch. Please paste your social media handles on the chat, and so that we all can keep in touch, and you can follow us too. I'm going to be pasting our social media handles on the chat too, so that you can follow us and we can stay updated now that you are part of the larger ESG ecosystem. Thank you very much. Would request my colleague to begin the presentation.
It's got everything you expect from big sport, passion, fierce competition, fans, cities pitted against cities, countries competing against countries, loyalties and support.
Wonderful. I think we have the jury members back from the deliberation room, and we can go ahead with announcing the winners. Before we go ahead and announce the finalists, that would proceed then to the global final pool, we would like to tell you that all of you have made some great pitches and are working for some great, working on some great issues. And all of you, for that sole reason, for your passion and your ability to use your innovation and ideas to create a better world, are winners in your own capacity. Having said that, we will move to the winners now. So our first, our finalist, there are going to be two winners that we would be announcing, two finalists. So the first finalist for America Confederation Finals we have Primar. Yay, congratulations, Primar, you have made it to the global
Thank you very
final
much.
pool.
Awesome.
Many congratulations to you. And the next finalist is, we have Elevated Health Systems. Congratulations. Congratulations, Elevated Health Systems, for making it to the global finals pool. Big congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we end this event, we would like to hear a couple of parting words from the winning entrepreneurs and then from the judges, if that is convenient. So yes, let's proceed with Primar. Would you like to say some words? It's okay. We can.
You're on
if
mute.
like,
Yes. Oh, sorry.
all right.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you very
fine.
much. I'm very excited, and I also want to congratulate all the finalists here because they are great projects, great enterprises, and well, thank you also as ESG for this opportunity, and it's great what we're showing here and doing.
All right, wonderful. Do we Elevated Health Systems? Do you want to say something as we?
Sure. Like Alejandro, I want to congratulate everybody for some incredible ideas. I learned a lot today about how people are thinking about our planet and our globe and our global problems. On behalf of our 4 team members at Elevated Health Systems, I want to thank you very much for the recognition and the opportunity to move forward. And our goal, I think, collectively is to make the world a better place to live. That's what we want to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your initiative. We would now proceed to the jury members. Anything that you want to add to this or say something? Cooper.
Very quickly. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, congratulations to everyone. Many interesting ideas. I think we had great things to say to all of the pitches. They all had something special to it. Something that surprised me positively was the fact that they were all very connected to important trends we're seeing today. In different industries are from different dimensions and perspectives, but they were all very connected to some of the issues we've been noticing the most in the past year or so. So congratulations on that, and keep up the good work.
Wonderful. Mr. Mckee.
Yes, I just want to congratulate all of the participants in the competition. It's nice to see innovation and risk-taking among young entrepreneurs who are trying to make a difference in their communities and in the wider world. And in what I do now, and I think that what you guys are all doing uniquely is very compelling, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for making it such a great and insightful event. And we hope to keep in touch even after that, now that we are part of the ESG ecosystem. And yes, let's build back better together. And thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Well done, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.